So, Lucian Hecarim is an archetype that we've played a number of times in the past that got a few different new tools in this set. So, Hecarim is kind of the Ephemeral's payoff champion, for those not familiar. 6 mana, 5/5 with Overwhelm, so good at punching through. When it attacks, it summons 2 Spectral Riders, which is an Ephemeral unit. Ephemeral are temporary units. And then he levels when you've attacked with 7+ Ephemeral allies. His leveled mode gets a little bigger and makes all of your ephemerals super, super scary, giving them +3 attack. Now, when we don't have Hecarim, Lucian also synergizes with our temporary units that kill themselves, which is that he levels up when he's seen 4+ allies die. So playing lots of cheap ephemeral things is a good way to level Lucian quickly. And then Lucian's leveled mode is super, super powerful. The first time an ally dies each round, rally, which means you get to attack again, and he goes from quick attack to double attack. So he lets you attack more per turn, and he hits much, much harder. Now, new cards we got from the latest card drop include the Grand Plaza. This is the new Demacia staple. It's just very, very good. Landmarks take up a spot on your bench, so they do limit you in terms of how much bench space you have, but this one's super powerful and worth that limitation. Whenever an ally comes into play, it gets bigger until end of turn and gains Challenger. So this card basically lets you turn all of your cheap ephemeral things into pieces of removal. This card's especially scary with Haunted Relic, which summons 3 1/1s with ephemeral. So the way you can save mana across turns in Runeterra, on turn 3, if you're attacking that turn, you can play Grand Plaza and then immediately Haunted Relic with your spell mana to get 3 2/2s with Challenger to like clean your opponent's board out. One thing I'm not certain if it's good, but it's definitely sweet, is we've got 3 copies of Pesky Spectre here as well, which this is another card you could play on turn 3 after Plaza, but this is a 1/1 for 0 with Ephemeral, so it dies, and when it dies, it creates 2 copies of itself in the opponent's deck. So this is like a cheap thing dying enabler card. It's ephemeral for Hecarim, and then it fills our opponent's deck up with crap because good chance their deck isn't going to benefit from the synergies that this style of card generates in our deck that's interested in having things die consistently. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it feels today. Yeah, that's true too. Hecarim kind of dances around needing all those bench spaces when you're attacking because he summons attackers for you. Yeah, that's exactly right, Milo. If our opponent plays a Pesky and it dies, we get 2 Peskies into our deck. What's the max rank in this game? Masters is the highest ranking. I don't know if it's correct, but I'm going to full mulligan for Plaza. It might be right to keep a 2-drop. Nailed it. Also worth noting that we're attacking on evens, which is good because it means we can play Plaza on 3 and then on 4 have it on our turn to activate. Easy block here if they want to attack. Because I'm not attacking the turn I play Grand Plaza here, I might as well play Curse of Keeper out. No reason to bank spell mana, because I won't have the attack token. The attack token rotates back and forth between players here, so on turn 3, they have it. You can see they banked some mana there.
No prey, no pay.
Correct. Landmarks cannot use spell mana. Spell mana is only for, unlike in Magic where everything's a spell, in Runeterra only things that are explicitly described as spells are spells. I think I have to kill Misfortune here, right? Like, as exciting as it is to play Lucian this... Oh, I guess Lucian does kill her, right? Yeah, JK. Lucian gets Challenger, right? JK, never mind, ignore me.
You're covered.
Hey, thanks for being here, Heinz. Unfortunately, they had the barrier card here, so we're not going to be able to kill her this turn. But we will get to get a good attack, and it will get to kill these two things on their side, which is great. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we'll get to put some damage on her at least. Swing low, shark chariot. Yeah. Come along to carry me home. Gosh, how do you feel about Blighted Caretaker here? I think I'm kind of into it.
There you are.
This is just like a fog, basically. They could like attack this into here. No, it doesn't have Challenger. It is just fog, right? Yeah, like, do you want your misfortune triggers? You're gonna have to throw this away to get them. Yeah, wow, that's great. And now, I get to go ahead and play Hapless Aristocrat here. I think it's right to do this over Hecarim. Honestly, Bib, I don't think you're wrong in saying that. There are a lot of games of Magic. I think Magic's best games are the ones that revolve around its combat system, but there are a lot of strategies and games that play out in Magic that don't revolve around combat. And I agree that one of the reasons why Runeterra is great is because it's so board-centric. It's one of the reasons why Runeterra is so interactive. Runeterra would not be nearly as interactive if it wasn't such a board-centric game. So, Radiant Guardian here, super powerful card if something died. This gets lifesteal and tough permanently if something died this turn. So I get to go ahead and drop this in, and we've got a 4/5 with lifesteal and tough. Very good in this against my opponent's aggressive deck. They have a plaza of their own here now, so they're going to get to start controlling my board back. It's not just going to be one-sided anymore. Worth noting, this is only at 1 out of 4, so unless they have a rally this turn, a rally and a scout, they're not going to be able to level her. And then hopefully, Hecarim next turn is going to give her the business. Yeah, one of the things that the fact that even the control decks in Runeterra are very board centric is phenomenal. I'm just gonna pass here. If they want to skip their attack and burn my mana, that's great for us. Well, I think I'm supposed to play this and hope to high roll another Radiant Guardian. The good news is Misfortune isn't love playing. I mean, to give credit where credit is due, Magic's overlays and Runeterra's overlays are both third-party things, so I don't know that it's really fair to give Runeterra credit for something that's not something they've done. And in the defense of the overlays Magic has, Magic's overlays work on mobile and Runeterra's do not. I really wish Mobalytics would update their stuff to work on mobile for people. Yeah, not only that, Weg, but, like, it's a 4/5 lifesteal that you have to jump through hoops to get that effect out of, right? Yeah, the fact that Runeterra has a mobile client means there's even more people watching it on mobile than other games, I think. And it would be nice if, graphical bug there with the scout animation looks like. That's kind of great. Oh, this actually means I get to level Hecarim. Because there's a Shark Chariot, so he's gonna summon... Yeah, Runeterra runs on Android and iOS. It's great. In fact, based on my personal experience, Runeterra runs better on my cell phone than Magic Arena runs on my gaming PC. Dio, we have a guess. So we're gonna get 4 ephemerals when we attack this turn. This is ephemeral. He'll summon 2. Shark Chariot will be a 4th. Swing low, Shark Chariot, come along to carry me home. Oh, all these get bigger from the plaza too. Oh, sweet! It runs on Linux now too with Protoss. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's a thought. I should put Spectre to the left of Hecarim in case he dies. Yeah, that's a good observation. Hecarim can't be to the left of these, but this should. Any ephemerals I already have should be to the left of Hecarim. They just concede by not blocking? I believe that's what happened. Yeah, sure. We take those. Good start. Good start to the zone. Was it lethal even with the block? Oh yeah, I think you're right. Unless they had something else, fair. How important is finding Plaza here? Am I ever not full mulliganing for Plaza? I feel like I'm just full mulliganing it for all the time. Card seems too good. Not too good as in busted, too good as in not to full mulligan for. My jury's still out on whether Plaza needs a balance adjustment. Thanks, Remnant. And I recognize at the same time that, like, I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to make that decision, right? There's a lot of people that aren't as fortunate that have to work jobs that they aren't happy with to survive. But, man, one of the privileged few that does not.
Let's get to it.
So, like, as is often the case, I think there's a bunch of... I think I'm going to Sharp Sight Elise here. I think there's a bunch of different ways they could adjust Plaza if they think it's too good. I think they could just make Plaza cost 4, or they could make it cost 2 and get rid of the extra health that it gives. Like, I think you could make its card text worse, but make it cost less as well. I think would be an interesting direction to go. I think some of my favorite balance changes that they've done in Runeterra are the ones where they don't just make a card worse with, but they just make it different with a change. Hey, Subtle Exudation, thanks for the 15 months. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. I think if they wanted to make the card text worse, they should make it cost less mana. No, I didn't, Time. We were just talking about it earlier. In this deck specifically, removing the line in this deck specifically, removing the line of text that the extra health doesn't really matter, but in most decks the extra health is important. So, I chose to not attack with this, because I didn't want to trade this into their 2-2 this turn, because I want something to die on their turn, so I can play Radiant Guardian with the extra. They're electing to just pass. All right, I'm going to play Pesky Spectre for the soft pass. This card actually seems really good against their deck because it dilutes them getting back to their other cards, which sounds great.
We playing bilge rules, son?
Oh, I just get to do this now, right? And then we go into Radiant Guardian? Is Plaza... I think Plaza's... I think the data said Plaza's likely the most played new card, yeah. I don't think it's over... I think there's a chance it's not overtuned. I think there's a good chance people have not adjusted their deck building to combat it yet. Plaza really... Here's the thing about Plaza. Plaza is at its best against other mid-range interactive and control decks, and those decks should be playing landmark interaction, and they're really not currently. They put a bunch of really good landmark interaction into the format now, and I think as more people start playing cards they should likely be playing, that's going to become far more reasonable. I don't think people have adjusted entirely.
Let's do this.
I think we play Hecarim and then attack next turn. It could be right to get second Radiant Guardian down too, though. Nah, let's get Hecarim bubbling.
Deal me in. All that glitters.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with the addition, last season, I think Plaza would have been too good, but with the addition of the PNZ landmark removal, the PNZ landmark removal is super reasonable. Just a good, generically good card. Shman, thanks for the 14 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Expecting this to die, and if it does, we can Radiant Guardian. Yeah, the target landmark removal is super reasonable. We're playing that in Luxoe. And honestly, Crumble is not terrible either. There's a chance that our deck could even be playing Crumble potentially. The only landmark removal that kind of sucks is the Bilgewater one's not good. The Ionia one that just bounces it isn't good. I honestly think the Demacia Spell Shield unit that captures a landmarker unit is potentially very reasonable. They could just burn my mana here. It's potentially right to soft pass with this. Hey, Adamant. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear you found your way into some Runeterra. Like I said, I think most card game lovers will enjoy this, and I'm gonna soft pass now with this. I think most card game lovers will enjoy this one. It's really well done. Ha. Okay, so there's the right play, and then there's the sweet play. I think I want to just put a bunch of pesky ephemerals in their deck, like just make it hard for them to get back to their for their thing. I don't even know if Shark Chariot's that good, but like this is definitely great. So every time these things die, they put 2 copies of themselves in my opponent's deck. Maddie Mac, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. That's a little scary. This could be leveling soon. Think I just want to open on attacks here. Get some life back.
Where you going?
It does seem sweet versus go hard, doesn't it? So we're gonna have a bunch of things die here. We'll gain some life. This will get really cheap. Vengeance, sure. Yes! Give me more pesky specters! I would love to give you pesky specters back, opponent. Just like we drew it up, chat. Yes, Plaza is very strong in what we're doing. For sure. I think I'm just playing Shark Chariot out. I'm gonna have Hecarim attacking later, and playing this now uses my mana, and just like, this comes back when we attack with another Ephemeral. I don't think it needs to be countered. I think the people that are of the opinion that it needs to be countered when that happens are just Magic players that need to get a grip on their not playing Magic anymore. I think the card is designed as fine.
I will end this here. Do your worst.
They're only at 2 out of 3 on Pack Your Bags. I think I can go to 5 here, okay? Yeah, I think I'd rather see the cost of Pack Your Bags increase. Twisted Fate is 2 off of it still, thankfully. Was that a good draw? If so, why? Please explain. They're playing Birch Fish. Okay.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
All right, we're dead to second Doom Beast here. But I think I need to Haunted Relic. So this'll red card if they Doom Beast. And they're responding here because they want to be able to gold card Hecarim.
Who says I don't share?
So if they have a 1 mana play here, they can gold card Hecarim now.
A game. Go on then. Watch the ball, folks.
And unfortunately, I only have 1 shark coming back, right? Which means Hecarim's going to be 1 off of being able to level here. The difference between Hecarim attacking and not is the difference between me being able to kill Twisted Fate. Which is relevant. So, had they not gotten to gold card there, Hecarim would level here, and I'd be able to kill Twisted Fate with one of these. So it's a big difference. Even though this has Challenger, I can't use it to hook. Good chance we die here. They are still at 2 out of 3 on Pack Your Bags. Oh no! The pesky specters! Give them free Twisted Fate triggers! Oh no, chat! Our pesky specters are working against us! Why would my pesky specters do this to me, chat? What did I ever do to them? They were supposed to be on our team, and here they are. They were secretly on the take for Twisted Fate the whole time.
Burns on.
Looks like trouble.
Poor little Spectre. She was supposed to be good to me. She's just hard to fit in, Super Straza. So while Senna is very synergistic with exactly Lucian, this deck's already pretty good at leveling Lucian on its own. So if you're not synergizing with exactly that, it's just kind of just like a 4-2 quick attack, which isn't a great rate. Yeah, and like the amount of ephemerals this deck has, it already levels Lucian pretty well. I appreciate them letting the pesky Spectre deal the final blow. That's true. No, Noam Gadur is a Hoaglandian. They're a person of culture. They also made top 4 of the NA seasonal tournament last season, which is sweet. Who's got 2 thumbs and is mulliganing for Plaza? Am I? Yeah, I'm gonna full mulligan. We're attacking on odds here, or attacking on evens here, which makes Blighted Caretaker worse. Hey chat. Hey chat. Hey chat. We're gonna save Spectre for post Grand Plaza. And then we want to attack with this, even though it has no attack because it triggers Hecarim.
Took the bait.
Do I play this as a blocker? I'm gonna play this as a blocker. It fogs their 3-1 here, which is nice. King Mythal, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. It's already forgot today, by the way. It's been really awesome. We've been up over like 600 people. After Croaky's host, we jumped up to like 800 for a little bit. It's great to see. If you're new to the channel, like King Mythal, thanks for dropping in. I do Runeterra stuff here 5 to 6 days a week. I also have a YouTube channel where I post deck highlights every single day. I play usually 3 to 4 different decks every single day of the week in about 1.5-hour segments. And if you want to find the best of those best decks, my Hoaglandia Highlights channel grabs the best of them and turns it into a very, very digestible 20 to 30 minute video. So I think we're going to go Cursed Keeper into Lucian here.
There's a chill in the air.
So, with them having this much mana up, I think I'm actually just hooking Omen Hawk here, because they're an Ash deck, so I don't really want to run Lucian into, like, a Brittle Steel here. Yeah, I think I play around Frostbite on the Lucian. Frostbite, and Troll Chant both are not good for us, so... Do I have mobile? Can I play on PC? Yeah, it's all linked to your Riot account. You sign in with your Riot account on both mobile and PC. I think I'm just playing Hecarim next turn, right? So I'll play Cursed Keeper here. You can even switch clients mid-game. That's true. You can switch clients mid-game, which is Gasoline.
I will unite the Freljord. Swiftly now.
So... if I do this, I get an attack token and get to rally, right? Which seems sweet. It's probably not worth throwing this away. He's gonna level regardless. Is it worth getting in an attack for 8 here? I guess I could do this and glimpse this. Yeah, let's do that actually. Yeah, their frostbite's gonna go here. So like, yeah, this is fine, right? And Shark Chariot's perfect, because now my Shark Chariot gets to get Challenger and kill their Ash. Oh god, this deck is gasoline. And we had a Shark Chariot die earlier too, right? This is gross. Swing low, Shark Chariot. Come along to carry me home. Yeah, Plaza was a huge upgrade to this archetype. Like this archetype was one of the ones that was always close. But now it's just like in overdrive. That's gas. Why didn't they trade the 5/5 fleet? I have no idea. They probably had a frostbite in hand. Maybe they wanted to use their life total as a resource to then get the frostbite off. Could have been it. Alright, can we get vengeance against Gnome de Gur? One Plaza, please. Yeah, they were probably tilted. Tilted could have been the answer too. Hey, Stoller, thank you for the 5 months. Really appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon wherever you're at. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, all that jazz.
Come closer. I don't bite.
I wonder if we'll see Crumble. Crumble was a card that was like already in some lists for the opponent's archetype. But this being a card in the format kind of puts it into overdrive. I feel like we could stand to see more Crumbles being played. My hand's actually a scotch awkward at the moment. I guess it's not too bad. If I attack this into Elise and have it die, I can Remembrance after, which is nice. A lot of them running 2 Crumbles. Yeah, there was some variation. Like up to 2 Crumbles was something that you'd see on occasion. But it wasn't like a 100% thing. How much I've been happy with Remembrance. I think this card's very good. This card's good in this deck for the same reason we're good at leveling Lucian. Nice, Maddie. Yeah, this latest set release that they added, I think is easily the best set release in the 6 months I've been playing Runeterra. Really feels like they nailed fleshing out a ton of existing archetypes. Like, this is a good example, right? Like, this Lucian Hecarim deck has been around for a long time, but it's, like, finally put up over the top by new tools that we got.
Like a fish in water.
Who's ready to sharp sight the crap out of this Zap Strafe, man?
Let's do this.
Oh, please, pass the turn.
There's a chill in the air.
They're the one that submitted this deck, Triple D. Alright, so I think we open on the scout attack here, because it's a freebie. The scout keyword, if you attack with only scouts, you get another attack here. So, makes sense to attack with that before we do anything else here. So far, I've just been hard mulliganing for Plaza, yeah. It's been working out a-okay.
I'm always up for a round or two. Hold it, partner.
There you are.
So we get to rally this turn. So, sweet thing we're gonna do here. I'm gonna leave back this sapling, and then we're gonna get a rally token from this combat, and then this sapling will drag Shark Chariot back into play again. So, I'm explicitly not attacking with this, because I want to use it to drag back Shark Chariot in a second. Punished. That's unfortunate. I am getting to clear their board. We're not dead. We just don't have the insane turn I was hoping to have. Black Spear being a really good piece of technology for the opponent here. Yeah, I guess we just glimpse. He's not gonna level, but I at least get to draw some cards. I want to play a Zoe deck. Which is the most fun you've played so far. There's 2 Zoe decks up on my website, Raishuko. If you want an aggro Zoe deck, I would recommend Fizz Zoe. If you want a mid-range control deck, I would recommend Lux Zoe. Huh? Sequencing choices here.
Go with the flow.
Carol, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Don't get in my
I think I'm leading on Lucian here. So if they attack, I can Sharp Sight and block. Is Fizz playable? I think Fizz is playable. I'm also pretty biased though, because I love Fizz. Thanks, King. Yeah, I'm here live every single morning. I start about 9 a.m. Central usually. And I'm running a little bit late today because we've got a big audience. During set release weeks, I stream a little bit extra, but usually I do at least 3 to 4 hours of Runeterra every morning. You can just say okay here, right? Lux fucks sucks. That's a username. We're gonna go ahead and do this, which also means we get to play this with her trigger, and both of these have Challenger. Jorg, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I believe Pack Your Bags is only at 2 right now.
Virtue guides me.
If they pack here, I'm gonna be sad. I don't think their pack is currently active though. Yeah, I've always liked Twisted Fizz, but I also acknowledge that I'm biased. Now the tough part here is we're ahead on board and life total, but the opponent's got a ton of cards in hand, and my redundant plazas are not very good here. So I think we are currently ahead, but it's very easy for my opponent to catch up here at this point.
soak it in.
Always, I think the I think the Twisted Fizz deck was probably the best elusive decks last season. Alright, I mean, this potentially levels Lucian down the line here. I'm going to ask Gnome how Burblefish has been in their deck. Seems like that one could be sweet. Can Burblefish can technically generate a pack your bags, right? The TF decks with pack usually run Ruination and Lynchers. They usually play one of each, but the opponent's deck also has some interesting tech cards like Black Spear and other things, so there's a chance that they're doing a few different atypical things. So I'd be weary to assume what my opponent is or isn't doing. Looks like they're trying a few different things out. That's true. We did see a Ledger's last game. We played against this person earlier on the ladder. They could be making changes in between sets, but assuming they're on at least one Ledger is probably reasonable. Yeah. No made top 4 of the seasonal tournament for the Americas turn.
They grow up so fast.
Oh right, we're gonna get a shark too. Forgot about Sharky.
Just run while you can.
Got a vengeance here for my my gal. If these were cards that had text, we'd be in a really good spot. But the fact that these are like currently textless is real bad. That is leveled Twisted Fate next turn is terrifying. Probably can't beat that. He's got a giant grip full of cards here still. Maybe if we peel a Hecarim. One of our saving graces here might be the fact that these Radiant Guardians don't die to a pack your bags.
I guess you can win them all.
Zoe Victor today was sweet. Yeah, we've had like, I feel like I could tag highlights of like any of the last 3 decks that we've played today. They've all had sweet sets. I think I'm leaning towards tagging Swain Thresh just because it's like pretty unique, all things considered. It's a champion combination you don't see very often.
Pull the string.
Blue as the serpentine. A game. Go on then. Watch the ball, folks. My saplings.
Some rally cards in this deck. So the problem with playing rally cards is a lot of the rally cards are really individually weak. And I think this deck's already playing a number of kinds of individually weak cards to try and lean on synergy that they can produce. So like, I want less instances like this where I have like cards in my hand that are just awkward and don't do much without other things. That deck is the fastest loading Twisted Fate I've ever seen in the game. You haven't seen Diana Twisted Fate. The Diana Twisted Fate deck that I've played on stream a bunch is even faster because it plays pick a card as an actual card in the deck. I'm gonna elect not to block here because I'd prefer this doesn't die to pack your bags. Oh, I could have blocked the 1/1. Yeah, I messed that up. Thank you for pointing that out. For any reason we don't play a second Plaza, yeah, it limits our bench space. Oh, if I open Shark into pack, this would bring it back. That's an interesting thought.
Blue as the serpentine.
So I think because they didn't pack us, I just take my attack here now.
Banish the unworthy.
don't know. Feels like we're swimming uphill at this point. If they save their Twisted Fate again, which feels likely, I think we're just done. Or they could have a second Twisted Fate if they let this one die at this point. There. You know, only 13 cards left in their deck. So, like, I assume they have a pack still. Well, we killed TF, but I assume that means another one's about to happen.
I'll be right back.
Those were just random one mana generated off of Burblefish. Was your next card gets Spell Shield for a turn or something?
There's plenty of killing.
Yeah, I guess we're at a point where we're playing a second Plaza, huh? The matchup doesn't seem very good, and that was a game where we had Plaza early too. Definitely just got pretty picked apart there. Lucian Zed, put on your recent shoes, chat. Honda Remembrance, if we miss on Plaza, playing this turn 3 on the play is good. With Keeper Butcher, it could be right to do these on 2 here though as well. We'll see what they do. I think I'm pretty okay just taking the pass. You're playing Harrowing for late? Harrowing's interesting. I guess it's really good with Hecarim, huh? Getting denied here feels real bad. Maybe that's a reason to do these, huh? Now, one nice thing here is I get to curse it. Oh, they're gonna get to level Z. Before I was sad about Zed playing and leveling in the same turn. I get to play this, and then I get to go Butcher into Radiant Guardian next turn, which is nice. Not explicitly as Zentoth, but we had a bunch of sub-gifts today, and I'm just leaving myself extra time to run late on the mornings where we have more people. For like, if we're like over 500 to 600 people at the end of my stream segment, I have time to do a 4th deck.
You cannot win.
There's enough decks in the queue that adding more stream time is real good. Have a lot to get through.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Okay.
Do not deny me.
Normally it's Mondays, but I just didn't take one off this week, Caperly. So I'm gonna be off Thursday night. I'm taking all day Christmas off. So we did Witcher last night. I'm gonna be back with more Final Fantasy 7 tonight.
Burns on.
We could combo kill them next turn if they don't have any interaction.
Don't get in my way.
So I get to go Lucian into Hecarim into Haunted Relic, and then Lucian plus this will level and rally this.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I try to stay away from cocking streams in general. They tend to get me banned on Twitch. Those are frowned upon. We need to fade a second concussive palm on Hecarim here. And you can see here, the eye is excellent. It shows us getting that rally token. See that popping back up there? That's unfortunate. So, they get to trade for this, which means I don't get to... If they hadn't been able to kill this here, he would level when I would attack with him again, which would be real great. Probably a good chance we die to Zed next turn. Although I guess if they don't have Overwhelm, we might have a shot. So we're looking to fade like Zenith Blade. So this one levels him. The next one dying makes him rally. Yeah, the question is, can we survive? Oh, that's true. That's true. This will give us a rally next turn. Observation.
This is mercy.
Definitely playing this out so we can sack it to Caretaker.
The dragon binds us. The spirit gives to those who listen.
The chains, they never stop.
They never stop. Gem here means they get to trigger these.
What is gained?
Old Hex slash MTGA player, thanks for the Runeterra recommendation. I've been loving it. Your new player video and the deck list on your site were really helpful. Awesome, Cheez-Its. I'm glad you're enjoying Runeterra. Thanks for the preg. Welcome back.
Just leave me alone.
I think I gotta block like this so I don't die to Pale Cascade. If I get greedy and block here and try and do this, we die to Cascade. So I'm sharp sighting here because this is gonna make this a shadow. I want this to be able to survive. That was a pretty good hit.
There you are.
So this, we get to hook into here. And then I think we just only attack with this. I guess there's not really a reason to attack in. There's no reason to get like Hush. Well, if they had Hush, they would have played it already, right? This is ephemeral, so it's gonna go away.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Had a shark yet this game? I've not had a shark.
This is mercy.
Always put Lucian last, so that way if these die and he dies, these will die first. If they don't have a way to kill Hecarim in combat here, getting to rally and attack with him again should be good, hopefully. Yeah, Caperly, my video covers that kind of stuff. If any of you out there have friends that you're interested in getting into Runeterra and you want to give them a concise way to get into it, I have this, it's like 12 minutes. It talks through how to learn the game as well as how to find decks and the best way to optimize your early collection gathering.
Ready yourself.
Throw him under the bus, friend. I mean, our opponent could technically kill us next turn, so they have to block with Zed to live. But if they peel, no, they have to block this. Yeah. So they get to go to 1 here, and then oh no, did I miss lethal? I guess this could have been something they could have played. It might have been right. It might have been right to turn this into this. If they draw a Lucian next turn. Oh wait, we can attack. Which would attack? Okay, we'll hold on to it. Yeah, that's true. If they draw Lucian, they get to double gem and then kill us. Lucian still kills us here.
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
That was an incredible game. That was the game they leveled Zed on 3 or 4, right? They like played him and leveled him.
Stay dead.
That was sick. They leveled Zed on 3 because we caretaker. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Howdy, K-Vale. Afternoon. So we're definitely keeping this. I think I'm mulliganing the rest of these, looking for cheap cards to pair with this for after we play it. Blighted Caretaker would be the best draw in my deck. Because if I Blighted Caretaker on their 2, on my 3, I can go Plaza into Butcher. Pesky Spectre is an okay follow-up.
Is the one true light. Push back the darkness.
So also bite. Not as good as Caretaker would be here. Yes, yeah, that last game was also a good example of having a deck that was just strong without a Plaza draw, right? I think which is also important to be able to be like, is this actually good, or holy gosh, is this actually good, chat? Is this actually good? Let me know. Crunch, crunch. Deal. Dealerino. Yeah, you draw them cards before we get these pesky specters loaded up. Yes, fill it with garbage. Garbage.
We will not suffer unbelief.
Our hands actually turned out a touch awkward here at this point. Am I just doing nothing this turn?
Transgressions. Devotion.
Am I just taking 8? I think I'm just taking 8. Gosh, is it right to trade and then Remembrance? I think I'm taking 8 and hoping to draw something that I can do these 2 next turn. Swing low, Shark Chariot. Come along to carry me home. And this actually doesn't matter, right? Like, she's stunning the Shark Chariot and I'm about to eat it and bring it back? And then we get to rally? Oh no, not Leona. How will I ever win the game now, opponent? Fresh soil. Okay, how do we feel about doing this? Is it too conservative to play this now to guarantee the Lucian level? But what if I play this and eat this to guaranteed Lucian level? Like to play around single combat or a silence? I think I'm supposed to do that. Yeah, we're gonna get to Remembrance and then get attack again with our rally. Oh, you know what? I should have hooked her, right? No, that's fine. This will kill her. If I pull Leona, I can swing with Lucian. That's a good thought. Go on, boys. Are they dead? Pretty close. Yeah, I should have hooked her earlier and swung with Lucian too. Wow, they didn't hush Lucian before he could rally earlier. That's a big mistake. That's huge. I can't believe they had the hush there. Nah, our deck is sweet. We can't be the bad man.
May our light shine forever.
Behold the sun's holy light.
Alright, if we really high roll here, this Warden's Prey will generate a Shark Chariot. Just the Undying, never lucky. sick.
Put to rest.
Lots of people have been hooked by this deck, Rune. I think that's a safe assumption. All right, it's almost 3 o'clock, and I like to end with a smile on my face, and I don't know how we get much more smiley than that. That was sweet. I don't know that I have any changes. Maybe clean up some of the details. Like there's like this cheeky one of Stalking Shadows here that probably doesn't make sense. There's only 19 hits for Stalking Shadows, which is a little on the low side, so maybe cutting this to clean up one of your other 2-ofs into a 3-of. Radiant Guardian could be good. Maybe you add a Harrowing at the top end to have a cheeky out to draw 2 at Bomb Lake Game. I don't hate that. You could get another Sharp Sight in here. If it's a Sharp Sight's probably correct. This card's really, really good. I think this is probably one of, if not the best combat trick in this game. Is it better to have 3-ofs rather than 2-ofs? Yeah, it makes your deck more consistent. You'll get to execute your game plan more often. Honestly, like, the standout card to me, I said in the opener that I wasn't sure if this card was going to be good, but it was just going to be sweet. And this card was, like, genuinely good at multiple points. Like, having it free with Plaza, having it be free with Plaza, having it do all these other things where it like triggers death, it's an extra ephemeral for us, it did way more than I was expecting. I don't think this deck needs single combat. I think Plaza basically does what single combat would do, but better. And again, a real risk with adding too many cards like single combat to a deck like this is you have too many pieces that aren't proactive and too many things that depend on your other cards to be good. And I think Sharp Sight is better than single combat, especially alongside Grand Plaza in this deck. At any rate, thank you everybody for hanging out today. Shout out to all of the absurd people that gifted a whole slew of subs. I'll tweet out, someone asked me what the total was. I'll tweet a picture and share on the subs Discord. If you're new to the channel, we had a ton of followers today too. Thanks for dropping in. I'm here doing live Runeterra stuff every single day of the week, late morning to early afternoon Central Cornfield time. I also have 2 different YouTube channels, so youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. 100% of everything I stream ends up there, so if you want long form full stream archives, you have a ton of time to watch stuff, that's great for that. And then I have my Hoaglandia highlights channel where I stream a ton here, and the best decks I stream each day get a quick 20 to 30 minute highlight. So if you don't have a ton of time and you want to see what are the sweetest decks out of all the different constructed decks I've been playing, check out my highlights channel. I had what did I post the other day? Oh, we posted Monkey Burn there today, which was a great deck we had a set with the other day. All right, I'll be back this evening. We're going to be playing some more of the Final Fantasy VII Remake in 4 or 5 hours or so, 4 hours. It's 3 o'clock, so I'll be back for that after I hang out with the kids for a little bit and get something to eat. And I'll be back for more Runeterra tomorrow morning. Peace, folks. Everybody have a good one.